this goes down, solar plexus, and as it hits the bottom, it goes up. Because what's happening there is, again, he might be reaching both hands, or might be doing a 1, 2, it doesn't really matter. I got there, and I strike in. I strike the solar plexus, and that's in itself, a straight strike is painful and unpleasant, but that whip up, that really does the damage. You're waking up, so it doesn't. This comes next. We're going to just try it. Round, as if down, and up, and then back. And many people think I'm going to make this 40, evenly spaced between my, my body. But if you think of what you're actually doing, you'll realize it has to actually be on either side of the knee. So what's happened is, for instance, he's grabbed me. Notice 1, 2, If I pull in here, it's not strong. I want to pull on that leg. So this is slightly narrower stance in my experience. Watch again. 1, we can grab. Very, very powerful. 1. Just watch the potential for this to be used correctly with a headbutt. As he pulls, he's also going to lower his head slightly as the Peter's face is pulled in. If you pulled into the gap, which is directly in between, incidentally, so in between your legs, you'll notice that you fall into kind of a gap there. So you want it pulled onto your strong leg, which is why it's equidistant on either side of the knee, as opposed to the body, in terms of people normally do a slightly less equidistant movement. But that kind of makes sense in the abstract until you realize what it is you're doing. You're falling into that gap just there, please, again. This gap here is not the right place to be. That's the right place to be. So what ends up happening is that Dave will actually pull his stance a little narrower. And that makes sense. If you're ever pulling someone, let's say you're playing tug of war, okay, and you want to pull someone back with tug of war, you pull along a line. So the feet aren't exactly in a line, but they're just narrower, and that just helps a little bit. What would stop you from grabbing their arms over the top just that way? That seems to be okay. Why not? The problem is that there's a lot of resistance there. And by the time I start to do that, the kick comes in quite separately, something happens, yeah? On the other hand, watch with, just relax, watch with that movement, which is with chin, heavy, sticky hand. It breaks his structure already, it breaks the structure completely. And now, watch 1, nice and strong. So this position, a lot stronger, and I'm also getting much more leverage on the arms. Yes. Okay. So the form initially, if you like, goes down and then up, because that's a more complex. The simplest escape is simply out. There. There's another grab which is just there. So it's a very simple grab. So I could simply go down to escape, or there. Of course, the problem with this is that, so we're going to end up like this. So obviously, that's not bad. But notice I can temporarily anyway grab. So breakout, and I can strike that movement. Okay.